Hello everyone and welcome to a book talk for Only Santas in the Building. This is the last book, book number 5 in the Under the Mistletoe collection. This one was written by Alexis Daria. Again, published in 2024. Each one is a standalone. They're just all kind of in the same season. But you can read them in any order. There's no interconnecting characters. There's no interconnecting plot or anything like that. So you can read these in any order. These are all adult romances. Each book, including this one, has had spice. So it does have sexually explicit content. The audiobook was available only on Audible, as it is an Audible original. The audiobook was narrated by Ruby Corazon. I'm sure I said that wrong. 1 hour, 31 minutes on standard one-time speed, and this particular book was told in first person. For this one, we are following Evie, who is an artist. She loves to draw. She draws for comics, and she is 31 years old. We also follow Theo Winters, who is a software engineer, and they live in the same kind of apartment building. Okay, he's on the floor above her. His apartment is directly above hers. It is mentioned that he does have a cat. They have some run-ins, and Evie is attracted to him and feels like every time she's run into him, she's been disheveled, like in sweats, hair a mess, no makeup, no bra. It's just not sexy or beautiful, as she would describe it in a way. And you're just following as one of the tenants, who is a very high-end tenant of this building, is hosting a Christmas party, and it is an annual thing. And Evie decides to make her own sexy Santa costume. She goes to this party. Theo also goes to this party. There are points leading up to the party where Evie is finding little things hanging on her doorknob. She thinks she knows who sends the doorknob, that puts the things on her doorknob. You find out later on whether she is correct or wrong, or if it's a mixture of both. Maybe someone that she thinks left her 1 or 2, and the other 1 or 2 could have been from someone else. You find out the answer to that. She has contact with her sister. I was going to say cousin. It's a sister, I believe. And there is one thing that is brought up a couple of times is death of a loved one. So there is one of your content or your trigger warnings. So that is the book. It's her pining after this guy, beating herself up for being disheveled, not sexy, not beautiful whenever she's ran into him, going to this party, and then things come to a head at this party, and after the party there is a sexually explicit scene. So what's your representation? Now, this particular book that I read this via ebook, hence why you're seeing an image of it. And the actual story was 58 pages. So the ebook was longer, but the actual story of Only Santas in the Building was 58 pages. After that would have been the about the author and any other additional content. So what is your representation? You have Puerto Rican mentioned. And I believe that was for Evie, or talking about a family member or like a parent, someone from Puerto Rico, and then so her talking about her Puerto Rican ancestry. Outside of that, it's going to be up to your imagination. As far as your content and your trigger warnings, you have sexually explicit language, sexually explicit content, you have death of a loved one, and stroke is mentioned. Okay? And that is your content and your trigger warnings. Now, in case you are still on the fence, I will tell you the words in case they are bothersome to you in any way or particularly triggering. Then you'll know if that word comes up, then you'll know to avoid this particular book. So we do have the following words. We have the word God 7 times, not in religious context. Ass 7. Libido once. Fuck 19. Hell 4. Badass once. Shit 9. Boobs once. Balls once. Turn on twice. Buck once. Orgasm once. Dick twice. Wet once. Breasts once. Cock twice. Pump once, thrust twice, stalking once, that is used in a sexually explicit way, hence why I included it here, as well as candy cane once, so used sexually. And then we have arouse once, clit once, come, C-O-M-E, 3 times, the phrase goddamn twice, climax once, pound once, and hilt once. So that's the word usage. Again, the edition that I read, the actual story was 58 pages, so you'll know if this passes your threshold of what you can tolerate in a 58-page book. Now, while I am thinking about it, I am pulling up the book on Goodreads, Only Santa's in the Building. So, Alexis Daria, the About the Author on Goodreads says, Alexis Daria writes stories about successful Latinx characters and their occasionally messy families. You Had Me a Hola, her first book in her Primas of Power series, is a national bestseller. Alexis is a lifelong New Yorker who loves Broadway musicals and pizza. So, I have read some of her other books, and I do like it. So, some of her other books. She's got quite a few. If you have read her Primas of Power, book number 3 in that is scheduled to come out May of 2025. So just so you are aware. Anyway, yeah, that is it. Let me know, have you read Only Santa's in the Building? Have you read any of the other books in the Under the Mistletoe collection? Have you read any other books by Alexis Daria? Or is this whole thing a pass for you? Definitely let me know. Talk to me in the comment section below, and until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.